top, we are ready. Welcome to Champagne and Champions. I'm your host Lorena, and every week I'm bringing you unique stories from people in places that are unlike anything you know. My guests live unconventional lives. Their stories are raw, real, and in champagne terms, brut. They will no doubt inspire you to drink more, eat more, but most importantly, inspire you to live more. Cheers. It's time to celebrate. Welcome to episode 000. Again, I'm your host, Lorena, and you can call me Lo if you'd like. We're all friends here. So this episode is to tell you what Champs and Champs is really about. What kind of value are you going to get from this podcast? I mean, is it just about drinking and winning at stuff? Well, I mean, kind of, but really this is a no-holds-barred show about life and the crucial need for you to start living and to stop merely existing. So if you've been living your life and you feel like something's off, something's missing, whether it be your personal or professional life, this show is for you, because my guests that are coming on this show, they have felt that same way, and ultimately they told the status quo to go kick rocks. So these people are misfits. They are rebels. They are the people that are doing life the way they want, and that's despite how hard it's been. It's despite the fact that they failed, because they've ultimately persevered, and that's what makes them champions, and that's exactly why we're celebrating them. So why champagne? Well, because champagne is delicious, duh. But really, champagne is a symbol of celebration. And on this show, we absolutely celebrate, because life should be celebrated, right? Maybe not every week with champagne, because some of my guests are in the food and beverage industry, and sometimes we'll have cocktails or beer, but ultimately the goal is adult beverages nonetheless. And I want to give a disclaimer right now, actually. I'm not telling you that you need to drink every day, but what I am telling you is that if you aren't celebrating life every day, you're definitely doing it all wrong. Because a gratitude actually is going to be a common theme on this show, and it's really because it's what's driven my success, and it's what's driven the success of the people that are coming on this show. So if you aren't feeling grateful, if you feel, again, that something's off in your life, then this show is definitely for you, because we're going to wake you up to some of that for sure. So with that said, you can also expect me to call you out on some of your BS, and that's just how we keep this show real. There's at some point I'm going to tell you to get over yourself, because this show is about your life. This show is for you, and it doesn't do anyone any favors for us to sugarcoat anything. Nobody represents Willy Wonka that I am aware of anyway. So this show is really to tell you that it is beyond possible. It's so possible for you to live the life that you want, to forge your own path, to make your own way, and to keep going despite the biggest obstacle that you're ever going to face when pursuing a path of gratitude and success. And I know you know who that obstacle is. That obstacle is you, my friend. So I want you to stop making excuses. I want you to stop living the victim mentality. And basically, I want you to get to work and get to living. Okay? So right about now, you're probably like, okay, who is this woman talking to me, telling me that she's going to be schooling me? Well, I mean, who am I? Fair question. Well, I'm a marketing consultant and travel writer. But most importantly, I am someone who has said yes to the life I want. I've said yes, more like yes, to working for myself. And that's despite struggles, and that's despite the pitfalls. So I'm someone who has fallen flat on my face, and I'm talking over and over and over again. But I'm also someone who has learned to fall more gracefully, maybe. Well, I don't know. That's up to you to decide, I guess. But I've also learned how to come out on the other side. And I'm just someone who's realized that the time to start living and to stop just existing is right now. It is so cliche, but I know tomorrow's not promised. So I know that if I want to make moves and leave a mark on this world, the time to do that is right now. I have taken those leaps. And my guests that are coming on the show, they've done the same. And you guys, the people that are coming on this show, there is huge heart behind every one of their stories. So please stick with us. But I don't want you to just listen to the show because, I don't want to just drink with you and eat with you and encourage you to travel more and school you. I want you to be moved, okay? I want you to feel compelled to take action on your life. I want you to learn to live in gratitude and to become the champion that you were ultimately meant to be. So you guys, thank you so much for listening to my very first podcast, episode 000. I am so beyond excited to be on this journey with you, to get feedback from you on how I can better serve you and really make Champagne and Champions a guide for living a more fulfilled life. Cheers, guys. That's this week's episode of Champagne and Champions. Make sure you tune in again next week for some motivation, inspiration, and some celebration. Cheers. Thanks for listening.